Did you know that your stress levels may drop if your life matches your values? It's true. If how you live your everyday life doesn't match what your true values are, you may be exposing yourself to more and unnecessary stressors. And that stress, your stress, may be a signal to you to alert you of what's going on with your life, to alert you of that mismatch that's leading to more stress. So although generally speaking, we're looking to manage and reduce, maybe even eliminate stress whenever possible, it's important to pay attention to your stress, because in every situation, your stress, your feelings of stress are trying to tell you something. Sometimes it's more obvious than others. This is why it's so important to pay attention. Sometimes our values and our goals get tangled up, and sometimes our goals and our values don't seem to be on the same page, especially if you are trying to reach a goal that is important or difficult to achieve and you are determined to reach it at any cost. But it's that cost that may cross the line of what your values are. Think of your values as a compass of sorts, a guidance system of deciding or helping you to decide what's right and what's wrong, what you should and should not be doing, the choices that you should or should not be making. Your goals, on the other hand, can be seen as different types of milestones in life. Whether they're big or small, goals can be viewed as milestones in all kinds of areas in your life. A good place to start to help you figure out if your life, maybe the goals in your life, are misaligned with your values is to name your top 4 values. When you think of you, or maybe when somebody else thinks of you or speaks of you, what kind of things would you say, or would they say, you value the most? What is important to you? What is part of that behavioral compass for you? So again, a good place to start is to name the top 4 values for you. These may very well be values that you share with many other people, and that's okay. That's part of being a human being and living in a society. Once you have your top 4 values, try to think about what one mismatch you could identify from last week. Was there something during the previous week that you had to do, a behavior, an action, a decision that you felt that you had to make that isn't necessarily a good match or good alignment with your top 4 values? This is a beginning of understanding what's happening and how a possible mismatch or misalignment between your life and life's choices, life's behaviors, and your values may be causing more stress in your life. If something that you're doing, decisions, behaviors, choices, are not aligned with your values, if something is not aligned, it needs a limit. It needs to have some kind of parameters, some kind of rules, some kind of limits set to it, so that it doesn't end up running your life and completely disregarding your values. That's where that misalignment comes in. That's when that stress will start to pop up. Once you've identified your top 4 values and named one thing from the past week that seemed to be a mismatch for your values, think about 4 small things, micro practices that you could do to correct, in a way, whatever it is that you did, a choice, a behavior that was misaligned, mismatched to your values. What can you do to corral that, to put limits on it, to minimize its effects on your values and your being able to not bring more stress into your own life? It's all about being proactive. First, you have to identify your values. Then you have to identify one thing that is not aligned with your values. And then it's about making those small corrections, ways of improving those particular behaviors or choices or decisions. It is through this series of steps that you start to realign your life with your values. Now, that's not to say that all of your life will be mismatched to all of your values. I hope not. But even if there are small discrepancies, that's enough to bring new stress into your life. That's why this is so important. If you're watching this channel, I know you're interested in effective stress management. So this is just another tool. Remember, knowledge is the potential for power. Acting on what you know is what gives you true power. This is why I invite you to start thinking along the lines of your values and your life. Are they aligned? Or is it a situation where you're experiencing more stress because of a misalignment between your values and your life's choices, behaviors, and decisions? The power is within you. The power is yours. It just takes a little time and effort on your part to truly and effectively manage stress in the best way possible. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the links below.